Hello and welcome back to the Drama Coach podcast. I'm Lisa Southam, actor, drama teacher and founder of The Drama Coach, and this is a slightly different episode from me today. It's a short bonus one because I have something really lovely to share. I am so proud to announce that the Drama Coach podcast is now sponsored by SceneTribe. If you have already spotted the updated podcast artwork, you may have seen the SceneTribe name there. But this is the first time I'm properly saying it out loud on the podcast, and I really did want to give it its own special moment. Because for me, this is not just about having a sponsor. It's about being supported by something that genuinely feels aligned with the heart of this podcast. The Drama Coach podcast has always been about honest, practical conversations for young performers, parents, actors, and creatives. It's about helping people understand the industry with a little more clarity and confidence. Not with hype or panic, not with unrealistic promises, but with real conversations about training, auditions, self-tapes, agents, set life, rejection, resilience, confidence, and all the many different routes into creative work. And that's why SceneTribe feels like such a natural fit. SceneTribe is a new professional platform for the creative industries. It is built around a really simple but powerful idea. Creative careers are built by the work we do and connected by the people we do it with. And I love that, because anyone who works in this industry knows that creative careers are rarely neat and tidy. You might be an actor who also writes, a voice artist who also teaches, a dancer who choreographs, a filmmaker who edits, a drama teacher who directs, a performer who moves between theatre, screen, voiceover, training, workshops, rehearsals, auditions, and all the stepping stones that make up a creative life. Most creatives do not fit into one little box, and SceneTribe really understands that. Rather than just being a flat CV or list of credits, SceneTribe is designed to help creatives build a profile around the different disciplines they work in. It connects people through the projects, productions, and collaborations that they've been part of. So your experience does not just sit there as a list. It becomes part of a bigger picture. What you have made, who you made it with, what you contributed, and the relationships behind the work. And I think that matters, because so much of this industry is built on trust. Who has done the work? Who turned up prepared? Who collaborates well? Who's reliable? Who has been part of rehearsals, shoots, productions, workshops, teams, and creative spaces? Great work is not built on credentials alone. It's built on craft, collaboration, and trust. And that really speaks to what I believe in as a drama coach, as an actor, as a teacher, and as someone who talks to parents and young performers all the time. Because yes, talent matters, of course it does. Training matters, professional materials matter, but so does attitude, so does contribution, so does how you show up, so does the way you work with people. SceneTribe is also trying to make creative visibility feel fairer and more open, and I think that's so important. The creative industries can be exciting and inspiring, but they can also feel confusing, closed off, and difficult to navigate, especially if you're starting out, supporting a young performer, or trying to build a career without a clear map. Parents often ask me, where do we start? How do we know what's real and what we can trust? How do we build a profile? How do we avoid the wrong things? How do we help our child move forward without adding pressure? And performers often ask, how do I get seen? How do I show what I can do? How do I make my experience count? How do I build something that reflects the whole of who I am? That's why I think platforms like this matter. SceneTribe isn't just for actors. It's for people across the creative industries. Performers, crew, creatives, makers, directors, producers, voice artists, designers, editors, choreographers, teachers, and more. It recognises that creative work is made by teams, not just the people in front of the camera, not just the people on stage, but everyone involved in making the work happen. And that is something I really care about, because part of what I want to do with this podcast is help young performers and parents understand the bigger picture. The industry is not just about getting the part. It's about learning how the whole world of creative work functions. It's about respect. It's about collaboration. It's about understanding that every role matters. There is also something in the SceneTribe manifesto that really stands out to me. The idea that creative careers are complex, collaborative, and human. And that feels exactly right. Because when we talk about performers and creatives, we're not just talking about headshots and credits and show reels. We're talking about people. People building experience, people learning, people trying, people making work, people finding their tribe. And I think that's a beautiful thing to support. At the moment, SceneTribe is currently for adults in the creative industries, with plans for managed under 18 profiles in the very near future. And because the Drama Coach podcast speaks so often to parents and young performers, I think that it's a really important development to watch. For now, if you're an adult creative, whether you're an actor, voice artist, dancer, director, filmmaker, crew member, coach, creative freelancer, or someone building a career across several areas, it is absolutely worth taking a look. And I'm sorry if I've missed your area of the creative industry. Let me know and I'll be sure to shout about it. And if you're a parent listening, I would still encourage you to have a look too, because I think it gives a useful glimpse into where creative profiles and professional visibility might be heading. You can find lots more all about this at SceneTribe.com. That is SceneTribe.com. I'm genuinely so proud that SceneTribe is sponsoring the Drama Coach podcast, because it feels aligned with what I'm trying to build here. More clarity, more confidence, more honesty, and more useful conversations around the creative industries. Not through hype, not through gatekeeping, not through pretending there's one perfect route, but through the work, through the people, through the connections, through showing the fuller picture of what creative careers actually are. So thank you to SceneTribe for sponsoring this podcast. And thank you, as always, for listening and being a part of this growing Drama Coach community. I'm genuinely proud to have SceneTribe sponsoring the Drama Coach podcast, and I'm excited for you to hear more about it properly across season 2. For now, do go and have a look at SceneTribe.com, that's SceneTribe.com. And as always, if you'd like more acting tips, self-tape advice, honest industry conversations and support for young performers and parents, you can follow me at The Drama Coach. Season 1 is still airing week by week, and there are some gorgeous conversations still to come. Season 2 is already shaping up to be full of really useful, honest, and inspiring episodes too. So make sure you follow the podcast if you haven't already. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being a part of this growing Drama Coach community, and I'll see